Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. Disappointment. Life is full of disappointments. Whether you had hopes that someone or some person would fulfill or come through on some great achievement or idea or some obligation, or maybe you had some hope that a team was going to make it to the next stage or even to the Super Bowl. And to no fault of that person, maybe no fault of the team, maybe they did their best, but the circumstances were such that it didn't turn out the way that you had hoped it would. And so as a result, we experience disappointment. It's still a great person, it's still a great team, but it doesn't pan out the way that we had hoped it would. And we're left with that disappointment. St. John Baptist de La Salle once said that we ought to place our trust, wait with hope, in the infinite goodness of God. That we place our hope in God, that when life brings challenges or disappointments, whether it's something like a football game or something bigger in life, that we continue to place our hope in God. St. Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 that love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, even disappointments. And a lot of times I think of this hope being my hope in God. But the truth of the matter is that God places his hope in me. That when I maybe fall short, when I maybe disappoint myself, that God continues to have hope in me, because if love hopes all things, ultimately God is love. And God places his infinite hope in me. So even when I fall short, I'm never outside of God's love. I'm never outside of his hope. And I can't ultimately disappoint God, because God continues to believe and to hope in me. This weekend, may we find God's hope in us, in our challenges and in our everyday situations. Live Jesus in our hearts forever.